Hey, welcome in, YouTube folks. Hope you're having a great day. We've got another one for you, good old Boros Reanimator. If you remember from maybe a week or two back, I played Grixis Reanimator. If you haven't seen that one, check it out on YouTube as well. So, while Grixis had a decent amount of Reanimator cards, you know, Jin-Jitaxius, Kyrie, Toxrill, we even splashed the Velomachus because being able to reanimate Velomachus in any deck is the vibe. This time around, our really only real solid Reanimator targets really only rely on Velomachus, which obviously is a great card, and the Sanctuary Warden. So obviously Velomachus, 7 mana 5/5, Flying Vigilance Haste. When he attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to Velomachus' power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Our other solid Reanimator target, Sanctuary Warden, a 6 mana 5/5 with flying. When Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters on it, and then when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. So those are our two those are really only 2 solid Reanimator targets. And unfortunately, we don't have as many access to Reanimator spells in the Boros colors as we do in the Grixis colors. Grixis, we had Return from the Tides, and I can't remember the name of the Flash one, but there was also the Flash one as well. In this case, we really just have Invoke Justice. But Invoke Justice is actually a really good Reanimator spell. So it's a 5 mana sorcery. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and their vehicle target player controls. So if need be, I guess you could use this to bring back a land. But you can also bring back Planeswalkers, so you can bring back Wandering Emperor. Graveyard Shift is the other one. Thank you, Nan. Yeah, that's Graveyard Shift. You can bring back Sanctuary Warden, and obviously bring back Velomachus. Now, the great joy that Invoke Justice also brings is the ability to put additional counters on the creatures we have. And that's great for Velomachus, and it's great for Sanctuary Warden, because you can use those additional counters put on Sanctuary Warden to activate Sanctuary Warden's ability. The additional counters that get put on Velomachus really can cap out at 7, because at 7 you can start casting Emeria's Calls off of Velomachus' ability. So also, really solid. The rest of the deck really just involves in putting cards into the graveyard and removal spells. So our removal spells, we have Fateful Absence, a 2 mana instant destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates. If you don't know what investigate says, it's create a colorless clue artifact token with pay 2, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. Dragon's Fire, 2 mana instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand or choose a dragon you control. Dragon's Fire deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you revealed a dragon card or chose a dragon as you cast the spell, Dragon's Fire deals damage equal to the power of that creature, of that card or creature instead. Our board wipey effect. Burn Down the House, 5 mana sorcery, where you can choose one of these modes. Burn Down the House deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Or create 3 1/1 red devil creature tokens with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. They gain haste until end of turn. Now, our ability to get cards into the graveyard, we have Thrilling Discovery, 2 mana sorcery, you gain 2 life. Then you may discard 2 cards if you do draw 3 cards. Push come to shove, if you need, you can also just use this card just to gain 2 life if you need to. You don't have to discard any cards to it. You can just use this to gain 2 life. Seize the Spoils. 3 mana sorcery, as an additional cost to cast the spell, discard a card. Then draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. So a way to ramp into Invoke Justice, as well as a way to discard Sanctuary Warden or Velomachus from our hand. Also, Fable the Mirror Breaker. We're playing red, so Fable the Mirror Breaker at this point pretty much goes into almost every red deck currently in Standard, except for maybe Mono Red Aggro might be the only deck that doesn't play it. So it's a 3 mana saga. Chapter 1, create a 2/2 red goblin shaman creature token with, whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Chapter 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards. That chapter is probably the most important chapter for us. And then chapter 3, yo, what up, Finch? And then chapter 3, exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield, transformed into your control. And it comes back as Reflection of Kiki Jiki, which is pay 1, tap, create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. We don't have too many targets for the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. You can target the Wandering Emperor tokens, but honestly, making multiple copies of Sanctuary Warden is kind of a vibe. So there's also that. Plus, you can also make copies of the Emeria's Call tokens. So, and then we have one of Angelfire Ignition. It's a 3-mana sorcery. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It gains Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste until end of turn. You can pay for the flash it back. Solid card. Also, nice card to bin to, say, Ceaseless Spoils, Fable the Mirror Breaker, or Thrilling Discovery. Nice little way to, like, catch up. So, you know, also really solid card. Then we have Wandering Emperor. 4 mana, enters with 3 loyalty. She has Flash, and then as long as the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities anytime you can cast an instant. Her +1 is put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains first strike until end of turn. Her -1 create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with Vigilance. And then her, like, ultimate is -2, exile target tap creature, you gain 2 life. Like I said earlier, Emeria's Call, 7 mana, create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature token flying, and the non-angel creature you control gain indestructible until your next turn. So also, pretty solid card. It's a pseudo land if need be. But obviously the goal for this card is to cast it off of Velomachus. So we're running 22 lands. We're not entirely sure. We'll see how the deck goes. Reanimator decks are obviously super fun to play, but obviously very contingent on being able to successfully reanimate. I can already forewarn you that one downside to this deck obviously is also exiling effects. So things like Borrow Time or really Borrow Time, or any like exiling effects, or like what's his face is somebody Wanderers Us and -2s on Sanctuary Warden. They can't minus on Velomachus because Velomachus doesn't get tapped. So exiling effects are very problematic for us. So. Seems actually not bad. We got a removal spell. We can Fable. Bidding Sanctuary Warden to the Fable is not a bad place to be, so we're gonna keep it. So we'll go Furycalm Snarl first, and then go Plains. See what our opponent's playing. They're playing like Mono Red or something like that. They should be pretty good for us. Red Green Barbarian Slash. What the hell is going on here? Yeah, decline it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Yo, what up, Royal? I got you on the hydrate, bro. Thrilling Discovery. We're gonna keep up the ability to Fateful Absence. What the hell is going on? Barbarian Slash. Yo, Royal, of course. I don't know what the hell's going on. He would roll one, ignore that roll, and I mean, I guess we'll just kill this thing now. I guess it hashtag feels bad, but whatever. Dragon's Fire is not bad either. So Nan, it's kind of weird. I've been seeing like this dice deck rolling around every once in a while. I don't know if it's good, but I've been seeing it like around here and there. It's weird. Would discard Sanctuary Warden and probably Emeria's Call, to be honest with you guys. Thank you for the shout out. Yo, Finch, of course. Seize the spoils. Not bad. Alright, so we're going to Dragonfire this now. Swing in. Yeah, there's been a lot of weird things going on lately, man, and I mean, I'm kind of all for it. It kind of means that like the format's in like a healthy spot, right? Like if you're like able to play pretty much anything. I think that's a sign of like a healthy format. Well, I mean, alright, opponent, you're literally playing everything. Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest with you, that sounds like a game ender. We've been thrilling discovery. So we can actually kind of safely attack with the tokens. Give us a little bit more mana. He can block one with a Pixie Guide, which is fine. I could seize the spoils. I'm gonna discard Eiganjo. Draw 2. Alright, so now unfortunately, we need to Invoke Justice. Opponent, you're not rolling dice yet, so I'm not entirely sure what the point of this is. You'd like to draw a card off of... Wait, what the hell is this thing doing again? Like 4 more creature cards in your graveyard. Sure. Sure. Excuse me. Down to it. Kill the pixie. Ah, there's Invoke Justice. Oh, now we're about to have some fun here, folks. Now we're about to have a little bit of fun here. Oh, wait. Don't do that yet. Alright. Land for turn. Invoke Justice. Bring back Sanctuary Warden. Remove a +1/+1 counter. Draw a card. Counter here. You can copy the Sanctuary Warden. Move a shield counter here. Move your shield counter because you're going to die this turn anyway. Well, we're doing the things, folks. We're doing the Reanimator things. We have the ability to Fateful Absence if he plays something problematic. We can make 2 Sanctuary Wardens next turn, so we can attack for a shit ton, and actually attack for lethal. So, that I don't know if that helps you, but sure. Was it tap creatures have Death Touch, right? Is that what that thing does? Sure. I mean, again, I think you're dead, but sure. Please don't concede, because I kind of want to enjoy myself as I do this. Dang. Well, they deprived me of my joy, which is kind of sad, but it was a good first game, so... Nan, I appreciate that. If we draw a land, this hand's like really good. Actually, not like really good. The one downside now is that we, instead of having access to like between 6 to 8 reanimator spells, we only have 4. So it's like, do you mulligan to a hand that has Invoke? Eh. Like, you have a shit ton of ways to draw cards, so I guess you gotta hope that eventually you get there, right? So... it'd be nice if I either drew a Velomachus or... Alright, well, unfortunately, I do have to kill this, because that becomes problematic. Like I said, if we draw a land, we can go Fable. If not, then... well, there's Invoke Justice. So there's step 1. Unfortunately, that thing is also vigilant, which is also kind of annoying. And that thing is also vigilant, which is also kind of annoying. So I'm actually going to decline and kill this. So it does slow us down to a turn. Might be problematic. If we draw a land, I'm still probably going to go Fable, to be honest with you guys. Bringing back Sanctuary Warden on its own might not really be the best. Alright, so this is actually pretty reasonable for us. Alright, so we go Treasure here. I can bin Sanctuary Warden and Velomachus. I'll Fable of the Mirror Breaker, hopefully get a land. I mean, sure, you could take the treasure token, that's fine. And then we'll kind of go from there. So he draws a card, it's fine. So we're definitely hoping to draw a land off of that. We'll bin actually 2 Velomachuses because we're pretty close to, like, hard casting Sanctuary Warden. Target myself. Swing in with Velomachus. Emeria's call. What are we saying what to, Nan? What's going on? Velomachus is currently indestructible. You can Nadar all you want, my friend. Next turn, we're gonna go land Sanctuary Warden. So, yeah, you have a treasure. Yeah, you have an adversary. I don't think it necessarily matters. I don't want to say you're dead, but, apparently you thought you were dead, so. GG, opponent. I'm not sure what was... like, I think I know what they were doing. Like, they were built around the Orator and then having a bunch of different evergreen effects or keyword effects was like the idea of the deck. It just seemed weird to me, but yeah. We're on the play. This hand's actually not bad. We're gonna keep. Opponent mulligans. If we draw another, wait, did the music? Like, oh no, music's playing. Alright, cool. I was like, the music's up. It was switching songs. I was like, why the music stop? That's rude. Alright, Invoke Justice is a good start there. Alright, so we're gonna go Sundown Pass, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Playing some kind of Grixis deck. Not entirely sure what the discard here. Binning the lands isn't terrible for us currently. Throwing Discovery. Alright. So we'll do this. Reveal it. Alright, we'll see what he does. See what he does. If he counters Wandering Emperor, then can that go with this? Munch, munch, munch. I could also theoretically Invoke Justice this thing to bring it back too if I wanted. Decline. Go away. Sanctuary Warden, not bad. So we're gonna Invoke Justice, bring back Sanctuary Warden. 2, 3, 4. Move a +1/+1 counter here. Make a treasure. I think this is going to be very hard for him to answer Sanctuary Warden. The amount of shield counters that this thing had? Yeah, sure. You got it, buddy. You got it. Do this. GG, opponent. Well, this is going pretty well for us. Yo, Nan, you having second thoughts? Thinking about crafting those four Velomachuses? This hand's a little bit more on the slow side. Might be fine, depending on what our opponent's playing. Our opponent did all the go get. Let's try this again. That is very true. 4 mythics is very difficult to go. Okay, this hand's actually really bad. If we had a discard effect, like if one of these Wandering Emperors was a discard effect, I'd probably do. But guess this is better-ish. We obviously need a red source, but... Oh, well, there's our red source. Alright, look. We currently don't really have a card to discard yet. Topiary Stomper. We're not super concerned about that yet. Well, that changes some stuff. So now we're going to seize the spoils. We're going to discard Velomachus. And draw 2 cards. We're going to make a treasure token. We're going to Emeria's. We're going to bolt in Emeria's Call. We're going to Invoke Justice. We're going to swing in with Velomachus. Unfortunately, Invoke Justice doesn't hit Planeswalkers. Or it doesn't hit... You can't put additional counters on Planeswalkers. So that is the one downside of it. Well, I don't want to say our opponent is dead, because shit happens, but we're in a very reasonable spot here. The Topiary Stompers can attack now, so Velomachus is currently indestructible, so a board wipe does not do it. You can't Skyclave Apparition anything, so I don't know what the point of that was. You can Chariot though, but you are still currently dead on board. So GG, opponent. Well, those were 4 very good games for us. Alright, so that was Boros Reanimator. Honestly, I don't know what changes I would make to it. Be right back. Yo, you're all good, man. I'm not entirely sure what changes I would honestly make to the deck. When you're doing like a combo-y deck, you kind of ignore what your opponents are doing and you kind of just try to do your own thing. Obviously, you would want to, in that case, build your sideboard more to whatever are like the meta decks currently. But overall, like I said, this deck is surprisingly consistent. Like I said, the only downside is instead of having access to like between 6 to 8 Reanimator effects that we did with Grixis Reanimator, we actually currently only have access to 4. So that's about the only downside to it. However, Invoke Justice is secondary ability to add counters kind of really does make up for that. So that's the deck. YouTube folks, make sure to like the video, leave me a comment saying this deck is sick, good job Tom, or something along those lines, and then make sure to also subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't done so yet. And also YouTube folks, if you're looking to catch me live on Twitch, I'm live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So that will wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys live on Twitch.